me at 17 and was still going to school. Her mother ain't give me a goddamn dollar, and I didn't give a hot goddamn. And guess what? Nobody looked at her like, yo, that's messed up. No, guess what? It just is.
She took care of her for 17 years.
It's not the exception. We see it happen all the time. It's way more common than you think.
But did she not take care of her for 17 years?
I'm not making a generalization.
You are. You are.
Listen, I'm not making a generalization. All that I'm saying.
What's going on, folks? Got another video for today, man, and let's talk about it. This comes from Aid at the Table today. We know baby mothers and baby daddies, they got their issues, man. But what happens when one side disagrees with the other? Without further ado, let's get to the video, man. Fair use. Fair use.
Don't cut this shit. Do it.
If you are the person who carries this child, let me finish. If you are the person that carries this child for 9 months,
10.
Okay,
if
you
know.
are the who carries
it's
this,
10.
okay,
You don't even know it's 10.
Okay, are you done?
No. Don't think about it. The fact that you don't even know that it's 10 months,
okay,
it's problematic.
Okay, once again,
It's problematic.
if you are the person.
See, this bird, man, she won't let that man get a word in. Like, let the man explain his theory first. I mean, I understand there are some guys who don't know that a woman carries a child sometimes 8, 9, 10 months. I mean, I thought it was 8 months, but hey, let's continue.
That carries this child
like
for
David.
10 months, I would think that you are more attached, that you are held more liable. So you would be even more accountable for not being willing to do anything for this kid, rather than the man, like y'all said, that just drops the nut off and keeps it moving, right? And once again, I'm not taking accountability off of men. No, deadbeats should be deadbeats. But what I'm saying is, when it comes to that, women aren't held as accountable. So no, it's not the same, because society, when a woman doesn't take care of her child, doesn't call her a piece of shit, doesn't tell her she's worthless, doesn't tell her any of this stuff.
She's trifling as
I don't know.
But see, this is the thing. You know what I'm saying? She'll say women are called the same thing. No. If a woman doesn't do anything for her child, she is not called anything below the word of Satan. You know what I'm saying? Men who don't do for their child, they are considered worse. If you see things like, let's say if the father is a single father and the woman doesn't do anything for her child, he drops the child off and the child is being raised by the father. The mother is nowhere nearly ridiculed as much as the father. Let's continue.
One woman
oranges versus
who
dicks.
lives.
No, I'm not saying oranges versus dicks, because you're talking. Hold on. You're talking to a man who raised his daughter since she was 13 on his own. You're talking. Hold on. Let me finish. You're talking to a man. Hold on. Let me finish. You're talking to a man. You're talking to a man who paid child support. When my daughter came and moved in with me at 17 and was still going to school, her mother ain't give me a goddamn dollar, and I didn't give a hot goddamn. And guess what? Nobody looked at her like, yo, that's messed up. No, guess what? It just is. Men are not allowed to simply exist. Men are not allowed to simply exist, right? At the end of the day, men have to always be moving forward. If a man is standing still, the world looks at him as if he's failing.
I mean, that's right. I mean, I'll keep it a buck. That's 1000% right, because in this society, women get more leadway than men. If a man is a deadbeat, he is considered the worst deadbeat in the world. When a woman is a deadbeat, she's not considered a deadbeat. Men have to work twice as hard as women. Women will say, "Oh, we don't have to work hard." Yes, we know women have to work hard, but in today's society, there's more like safety nets for women than men. That's why the male homeless rate is so high. This is why certain things, you know, modern feminism have made it easier for women to do what they got to do. But let's continue.
There's a bunch of failures out here, then.
And no, I'm serious.
A lot of niggas are standing still.
I'm just speaking to how the world sees men, you know, and I don't think people who who aren't experiencing this understand the level of pressure that is constantly on a man's back. You know, once again, the feelings of inadequacy, right? That men have to deal with, the depression that men have to deal with when they look. I can't even spend 3 days at home. I can't without feeling guilty. Like, yo, what do you, if nothing's going on, I'm feeling like, oh my God, where is my life going? You understand what I'm saying? And I really had to kind of rewire my brain to come to understand that.
Yeah, I mean, when you think about it, men are wired to work. You know what I'm saying? Even when I'm not at my 9 to 5, I'm here doing YouTube. I'm here doing things for my mother. I'm here to do things for my family. That's how a man is wired. A man is wired to be providers. So a man can't take 4 or 5 days and just sit and don't do nothing, because as a man, we're always constantly, if you're a successful man, or if you're a man that is on the grind, on a hustle, you're always on the go. And a lot of men don't get that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of men don't get that time to just decompress and do things like that.
Yo, bruh, rest is okay. You understand? Even if you're baking a cake or you're cooking, there's a point where you put it on the stove and all you can do is wait. You understand what I mean? So it's okay. It's okay to stand still. It's okay to stand still. And I think it goes back to being comfortable in your own skin and knowing yourself, right? And knowing that you're motivated and knowing that you're ambitious and not letting movement dictate what defines you.
Question. How does it differ from what women deal with?
I was about to say, because
I guess, and I'm only asking because I'm trying to, because you were very like specific about making this like a thing that is very specific to men. Totally understand. My father-in-law is like a suicide victim, so I get it. Pressure, taxes, whatever, I don't care. But anyway, what I'm saying is that, like,
I'll tell you how.
How does that differ from women who bear the same burden? Meaning,
women don't bear the same burden.
yes, we do.
No, and I'm not talking about. Listen.
Yes, we do.
Wait.
Yeah,
I think the problem is that women, they bear the burden, but it's different types of burden. You know what I'm saying? A woman could fail and a woman has a fail safe. A man fails, he doesn't have that fail safe. Like, I understand how mothers will say, well, if I don't work, then my kids don't eat. That's a burden that a woman carries. But if a man doesn't work, then the family doesn't eat. You know what I'm saying? A woman, this is the thing. A woman and a man who's married, when the man doesn't work, the whole family feels it. But when a woman doesn't work, the only person that feels it is the woman. The whole family doesn't feel it because the husband is that other income. Let's continue.
We could get into it, but yes, we do. Yes, we do. We could get into it.
Wait, let her finish, and then we'll respond.
And when I say like women bearing the same burden, it's like a woman who is going to work every day. She's supporting her home. She's taking care of her children. Likely, very little or only state mandated amounts from the person that made the children with her. Like, what is the difference between those two entities?
I'm going to tell you right now.
Start from childhood.
Okay. Your pressure comes from you internally. You create it. It doesn't come from society, right? What is the term that society created for a woman that doesn't take care of her children?
I'm gonna tell you. She's sorry.
That is not a term.
No.
What is the term that?
No. Women do not get that definition. Men get that definition. He's a deadbeat. He's sorry. He's this. He's that. Now, other women or some women may give her that definition, but the majority of society doesn't do that, though. The majority of society does not do that at all. Let's continue.
That is created by society.
Mo, if you allow me to finish.
Okay.
This is the thing. The reason why there's a term called deadbeat father is because those men created those children with no intent or mission to take care of those children.
You're not answering the question. What is the term for women that don't take? Can you answer the question? I'm asking you to give me the term that is specifically created. Hold on.
She get you on her time or not
yours? Give me the term for women.
A piece of chicken.
Give him just the term. No other words. See, you're doing it.
Now she's working on his time.
If there's a term, that means there's.
See, this is the thing. This is the thing, man. I'm gonna keep it a buck, man. When women don't have the actual answer, they will go around in riddles and go around in fiddles and all that stuff. That's what she's doing. He's asking for the exact term. If a man doesn't take care of his child, you know what that term is? Deadbeat. That's the term that is used for men. But what is the term used for women? Let's see if she answers it.
Equivalency. There is no equivalency.
There's no equivalency to a deadbeat mother to a deadbeat father.
No. First and foremost, the woman has to have a fucking kid.
What is the term?
There's literally no way that you can put a deadbeat.
You're not answering. I'm asking you to give. You said what? I'm asking you. What is the term that has been created for a woman that does not take care of her children?
It doesn't exist because it cannot exist. It cannot exist because you can't call a mama a deadbeat after she didn't put this bitch in her stomach for 10 months. No. Just let me finish. 10 months. She created it. She baked this bitch for 10 months. I don't care if she never does anything for that kid. She literally made it.
I'm gonna give you.
She baked that bitch. She gave it eyes. She gave it fucking hair. She gave it everything. I don't care if she does nothing else. No, just listen. She gave it every single thing that it would need to.
She actually didn't because the man. You're the carrier.
This is the thing. He's gonna say it. I'm gonna say it before he says it. The man is basically what happens is you. Everybody know what happens when you have sex, man. Man. They conceive when you have relations, the man, into the woman. The sperm gets into the woman and the woman carries the baby for 8 to 10 months or whatever. The baby is growing inside of the woman. The woman is the courier of the embryo into all that spirit and all that stuff. That's what the woman does. But without the man's sperm, then there's no baby. Also, without the woman carrying a baby, there's no baby. So you need both to make the baby. The sperm is just as important as the woman carrying the baby.
It all came from the man's sperm. So she didn't.
But you won't listen.
My God.
You know what? Go ahead. Because the thing is that what y'all gonna do is y'all gonna let him interrupt me and then get mad at me for having something to say. Go ahead. Do it. Don't cut this shit. Do it.
If you are the person who carries this child, let me finish. If you are the person that carries this child for 9 months.
10.
Okay, if you are the person who carries this,
okay. You don't even know it's fucking 10.
Okay, are you done?
No. Don't think about it. The fact that you don't even know that it's 10 months.
Okay.
It's problematic.
Okay, once again.
It's problematic.
If you are the person that carries this child for 10 months, I would think that you are more attached, that you are held more liable. So you would be even more accountable for not.
No, you know why they're not more accountable? Because society told them not to be accountable. You're not going to hold women more accountable than men. That's how society is. Society always holds men accountable because of the patriarchy. And the patriarchy tells us that men are held accountable more than women. You're not going to hold women accountable. The only way that a woman is held accountable is that, let's say, her sisters hold her accountable, or her family holds her accountable. But society as a whole will not hold her accountable. The only people that will hold her accountable are people that are in her life. Let's continue.
Not being willing to do anything for this kid, rather than the man, like y'all said, that just drops the nut off and keeps it moving, right? And once again, I'm not taking accountability off of men. No, deadbeats should be deadbeats. But what I'm saying is, when it comes to that, women aren't held as accountable. So no, it's not the same, because society, when a woman doesn't take care of her child, doesn't call her a piece of shit, doesn't tell her she's worthless, doesn't tell her any of this stuff.
She's trifling as fuck.
Fuck.
I don't know
This
not
nigga
one
said
woman
Oranges versus
who
dicks.
lives.
No, I'm not saying
I don't-
oranges versus dicks because you're talking. Hold on. You're talking to a man who raised his daughter since she was 13 on his own. You're talking. Hold on. Oh, let me finish. Let me finish.
13.
You're talking to a man.
13.
Hold on. Let me finish. You're talking to a man. You're talking to a man who paid child support. When my daughter came and moved in with me at 17 and was still going to school, her mother ain't give me a goddamn dollar, and I didn't give a hot goddamn. And guess what? Nobody looked at her like, yo, that's messed up. No, guess what?
They're not going to look at her, man, because they're looking at it like, well, that was your responsibility to pay the child support. But when you got the baby and the roles are reversed, they're like, no, that's your responsibility is to take care of your daughter. Doesn't matter that the daughter was dropped off and you had to raise the daughter from what age on. You know what I'm saying? They don't care about that. The only thing they care about is before you took responsibility for that baby, if you paid child support, if you was in that child's life, that's all they care about in modern society. I'm not saying these women were on a panel do, but in modern society, this is what men have to go through, especially when they take custody of their children.
It just is. It ain't.
took care of her for 17 years.
It's not the exception. We see it happen all the time. It's way more common than you think.
But did she not take care of her for 17 years?
I'm not making a generalization.
You are. You are.
Listen, I'm not making a generalization. All that I'm saying, she asked, what is the difference? I said the difference is her pressure comes from internal, ours comes from external. That is the difference. Our pressure comes from external. Men don't wake up and say, hey, we're a piece of shit if we don't do this. Society tells us that. Okay? Look, it's great. Yes, women have innate responsibility towards their children, so it makes them
This
feel
why they don't want
bad.
no fucking kids with y'all niggas.
Man, woman, and child live together in a home.
Mm-hmm.
They fall behind on the bills. Eviction notice on the door. They get kicked out. They're sleeping in the street. Who do they go to? How could you let that happen? The woman or the man?
Both of them. The parent.
They not. They going after the man. The man is the first thing they go after. Because at the end of the day, the man is supposed to be the head of the household. The man is supposed to be the provider. So they're going to go to that man and say, why you let this happen to your family? Men, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that men shouldn't get a break, but men will never get a break in modern society. A woman and her child, they go homeless. They have resources for the mother and the kids. They don't have resources for the father. They have resources for the mother and the kids, so the mother and the kids can go to a shelter and they'll find them a place to live and things like that. They're not gonna do that for no man.
Why would you let your child sleep on the street?
Rome, please.
Yes,
bruh.
can I help you?
Who do they say? Alan.
As someone who is extremely ambitious, as a woman,
Look at him.
as a woman, someone who's extremely ambitious, has a lot of things going on, there is a lot of outside pressure to keep going. Like, you can't just sit down and relax as a woman because you're a girl. I don't know what you think women go through. I know we have our internal pressures, but there are external pressures. If you're not doing something, society is going to be like, oh, you're a bum. You're broke. You're not doing this. You're not doing that.
They're not going to do that. They're not going to say that. They're not going to say that about a woman. A man, they'll definitely say that, but a woman, they're not going to say that. Her friends may say that, her family may say that, but society as a whole is not going to put that bum label on a woman. That's internal. Internal's family, internal's friends, internal's your circle. They will put that stigma on you, but as a society as a whole, they will not put that stigma on you.
Bums?
Yes. Yes. Wow. I think it's because we're like different ages. I think because like we grew up.
This isn't a war, right? I can sit here and I can acknowledge a woman's struggle. I know life isn't easy for
You're not
women.
acknowledging it.
No, I am acknowledging it. I'm just telling you that men have a different struggle.
No.
That's all I'm telling you.
It sounds like you're
And
saying
I'm
you
not-
have it
and-
worse.
And when I say that our struggle is different,
No,
and when I say
we're not
our
saying
struggle
that.
comes
It
more
can be
from
different, it's
external
not harder.
pressures than yours, I'm not saying it to say that yours pales in comparison.
Don't compare it.
Who compared?
You compared it. You.
Oh my God.
You said. What about women?
No.
Yeah, she got caught right there. You're comparing it. He didn't compare it. He didn't say a woman struggles harder or a man struggles. You're comparing it. He's breaking down the different types of struggles. Men have certain struggles that women can't look for, and women have certain struggles that men can't look for. That's what he's saying. Your struggles are different from men's, but women don't get that. And this is why she's snapping.
What do you call a woman deadbeat?
Because that was an answer to you comparing.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
Needs to be a
sorry.
Was it not wrong?
Call a woman deadbeat.
You said men have the outside struggle, so that was the immediate comparison.
I said women's pressure.
And I don't want to
comes
be saying
internal
that anyway.
from responsibility.
And
I said the majority of men's pressure comes from external.
So that's a comparison. That's a comparison statement. So then
No,
we're
it's not.
Yes,
It's
it
saying
is.
that our
You
struggle
just
differs.
said,
Our
and that's
struggle
comparing.
differs.
That is comparing.
That was me
That is
saying that our
comparing. Is
struggles
it
are
not?
different comparison.
Hi, hello.
I didn't. If I would have said our struggle is harder than yours, then that would have been comparison.
You're saying
If
that
I
it's
said,
different,
this
which is a
where your struggle
comparison.
comes from, and this
Regardless
is
of how you say it, it was.
There's a difference between harder and lower than different. You know what I'm saying? Like I said before, a man can't compare his struggles to a woman. There's no comparison to that struggle. You know what I'm saying? And that's the problem a lot of women don't get. Like, yo, I'm not saying, me personally, I'm not saying that my struggles are harder than yours or my struggles, your struggles are harder than mine. There's a difference. Women have different struggles than men. It's not comparable. Like losing weight. We know for a fact that that's a comparable struggle because it's way more difficult for a woman to lose weight than men. But from a societal standpoint, as far as like, you know, the parental struggles, women's are internal, men are external. Men are told that they're deadbeats, but when a woman is a dead, women don't get that. But that's what they don't get though.
Comparison.
How's that
Actually,
a comparison?
I'm
You said our struggle is internal. You said your struggle is external. That's a comparison.
No, it's not.
No,
it's saying it differs.
It's not really comparison. It's more so like
It
saying
differs.
that we're comparing like
our pressures come from different
comparing.
we have oranges and dicks.
I'm just
That's
trying to
all.
bring this down. Can we just bring the mood down?
Oh, hey.
Hi.
Hey,
Hi,
Amanda.
hello.
I love your shirt.
Let's just recenter the
Hello.
energy here on this couch.
Hey, Mo.
Hello.
Please come back.
Oh my God.
Please come back. They've been jumping me.
Who's jumping you?
I feel like we can leave this last
I'm
segment off.
fine.
Agreeing to disagree. Did we
Yeah.
come to an agreement, or are we still disagreeing?
We
I
are-
disagree with Alan.
I'm in agreement. I think
Agreed.
women, yes, have a very tough struggle.
The
I just
toughest.
think that men's struggle is different, and I think it comes from
Absolutely.
a different source. I think a lot of women's struggle, and I think it's commendable to them because it's out of the responsibility and the accountability that they feel to their children. So I think the majority of the struggle comes from internal, but I do believe that
Ain't kids
the
external?
majority of men's struggle
Them niggas is
is
out here.
external. That's the difference, and I think that's commendable. I think that's commendable because to a degree, what I'm saying is that maybe men, although yes, there is an internal responsibility, but a lot of men are operating the way they are kind of because they're forced, because society holds them liable, holds them accountable the second they slip. You know,
Why don't they hold them accountable?
Yeah, that's the thing, man. A lot of times when you talk about, you know, deadbeat dads and deadbeat moms and things like that, you get people all the time who will say that, you know, women have it harder than men or men have it harder than women. It's different. You know what I'm saying? If you think about it, you know, you got women who have struggles that men can't compare to, and men have struggles that women can't compare to. When it comes to parenting, I'm gonna tell you off the break. When a man doesn't do for his child, he's called a deadbeat. But what does a woman get when she doesn't do for her child? Let me know in the comment section. It's your boy Jay here with another one. Make sure that like button, hit the subscribe button. Also, I'll leave the link to the original video in the description so you can watch it in its entirety. Until next time, folks, I'm out. Just don't sit there. Click on the next video. You won't regret it. I promise you.